It's one thing or the other to me, and I'm saying, what? How can you get away with that? So that's 3 of his 6 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Then let's go to the last play. This is 1:08 left, and this resulted in a technical foul on Steph Curry because he starts to drive the basketball, and DeMarcus reaches in and cleanly knocks the ball straight out of number 2's hands, right into Steph Curry's hands.
Right.
And Steph's preparing to go the other way when the whistle blows, and he just kind of hot dogs it and just heaves it into the rafters.
Can you do that?
You cannot do that.
Okay.
I agree. It is globetrotter hot dogging.
Okay.
It's like Steph is trying to be too cool for school, and as the ball just touches his hand and he hears whistle, he has, on his follow through, he just throws it into the rafters, and you can't, you open the door even further.
Right.
So now number 2 goes to the line. I'm going to give you this. He went 16 for 16 from the free throw line. That's really good. Like really, really great good. Great good.
Okay.
And he makes 3 in a row.
Yep.
That gives him 6 points down the stretch. But that's not enough because in the last minute and a half, he has 2 two-point shots, 2 from 9 feet. Both of them with 1:31 left and then with 31 seconds left. He's got 2-point shots, and he missed both of them. They're huge. We can't just sweep this under your little carpet over there that you keep all your bad stuff under.
No.
You know, he missed both of them.
He did.
So he missed all 3 threes and 2 twos in the last minute and a half. Now we get to the play of the game. This is the turning point of the whole basketball game for me because with 10 seconds left, Steph is trapped, and he dribbles out of the trap over in the left top corner, right? So he dribbles out of the trap, but he's careening into the middle of the floor, and he is losing his balance. And he throws up or tosses up a pick-6 pass in the direction of Sean Livingston. Am I right? It's just a lollipop. It's like, what are you doing? As soon as it left his hand, I said, uh-oh, number 2's going to intercept that and go the other way and dunk it or and one it, and it's either going to be tie, overtime, or Raptors win, and number 2's the hero.
Yeah.
It is a 50-50 ball, and the shock of the night to me was that Sean Livingston beat number 2 to the basketball. This is, according to you, the best perimeter defender in all of basketball. Yeah. This is the best two-way player in all the playoffs.
But what I also told you.
Okay.
What did I also tell you?
I don't know.
Yeah, he hurt. The tendonitis in his
now
knee.
we got the injury excuse.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
He did not limp one time last night. I didn't even see him wince or grimace last night. I don't know. Maybe I watched the wrong game, right?
Maybe he took a painkiller.
Okay, maybe he took an injection. Should he have intercepted the basketball? Yes, he should have. If he does, we're having a different conversation.
You know, in games of this magnitude, regardless of the sport, it's really a game of inches.
Okay.
An inch here or inch there or half a step here.
Okay.
And the ball game is totally different. Give Sean Livingston credit.
I don't know how, because he shouldn't have even been in the game. He's only in the game because they're out of body.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And I had an out-of-body experience watching the play because, wait a second, Sean Livingston catches the ball, and obviously in his direct line of sight is standing a wide-open Iggy. There's nobody around him because they've doubled Steph.
Because, and see, the thing is, Skip, once he gives the ball to Livingston gets the ball, you see Steph hard cuts through, and now everybody trapped. Because remember, they're playing boxing 1. Okay. So everybody forgets.
I think by that point, they're not playing boxing.
But we just want to make sure. We don't care who shoots this ball. We just don't want number 30 to shoot the ball.
Okay.
And they lost track of where Iggy was, and Iggy got a wide open 3. But to give them, Skip, give them credit. And because that's what you do, is that once I realized that, okay, you got no KD, he's been gone for the first 2 games. Now Clay, the second most dangerous shooter on your team, he might be the most dangerous once he starts to heat up.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can play this, as Steph called it, junk defense.
Janky, he called it janky.
We can play this because we don't really fear anybody else on the perimeter knocking down consistent.
No.
You mentioned Quinn Cook played unbelievable. He hit 3 of the biggest threes he'll ever hit in his life. He might not ever hit 3 threes or a 3 any bigger than what
the kid has guts, though.
He does.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, and look, normally, you know, he played in big games. You go to Duke, every game is a big game because everybody's geared up to play. You know you're going to the NCAA tournament. But you mentioned on Boogie. Skip, the thing that Boogie gives them that the other 2 bigs can't, which is Bogut and Looney, is that the ability to score without... See, Boogie can put the ball on the floor and go score. Bogut, you're going to throw it up to the rim. He's going to get it. Or he's going to get a rebound put back. Same thing with Looney. This guy can score by putting the ball on the floor. And he can pass out of the post.
Okay, he can. But here's the shock of shocks to me. You realize that Golden State, as soon as the injuries started to mount, had to completely change the way it played its offense because they start running it through Cousins. Right? How do you do that on the fly?
But it's easier to do that, Skip, because the opposing team hasn't had an opportunity.
I guess so.
To like, okay, well, we're counting on we're counting on Clay being here, or we're counting on Looney being in this. They're not counting on guys. So now, if you notice, Skip, sometimes when a quarterback goes down and the backup comes in, they win the game because we hadn't had a chance to prepare for you. Now we're going to see moving forward.
That's true. I'll give you that. But it's also hard on the offense to reestablish a new RPM and momentum around him because everything changes.
I wouldn't be surprised, Skip, knowing Steve Kerr a little bit because, you know, he's apt to go to these exotic lineups. He might, in practice, okay, Steph, Quinn, Cook, Clay, this one and that one, y'all go. And y'all take on KD, Draymond, this and that, because he wants guys to get familiar playing with each other in a given moment. Because you never really know. You don't hopefully you never have a situation where Clay goes down, KD's down, Looney's out, but you never know. But Skip, to go on this run to start the third quarter, that was huge. I've never seen anything like this in the finals. I've never seen a team go on a run like that where the opposing team, they had some opportunities, but the combination of someone putting a lid on the basket and them turning it over. Skip, you can't do that because it wasn't like Golden State was going down and every time they got the ball come down this court, they would score. They missed some opportunities also, but you exacerbated your situation. Not only could you not put it in the basket, you were turning the ball over. And then it went from 2 to 5 to 7 to 8. The next thing you're like, hold on. The Raptors hadn't scored. And what was a 5-point ball game, the next thing you know, they're up 11.
And by the way, if you go back to late in the second quarter, it's a 20-0 run, which was the longest run in the history of any finals game back to the merger, which is 1976-77. So that's pretty extraordinary.
That's very impressive.
And if you look at the length of the run, it was actually 33-9 from late second all the way to sort of mid-third. And that's outrageous. 33-9? How can you give that up at home?
If you notice, the first guy at the podium after they lost game one was Draymond. And Draymond's looking at the stat sheet and he says, I let the guy get a rhythm. I let him get comfortable early.
You're talking about after game one on Siakam.
After Siakam. He says, that's on me.
Okay, well,
he said, I got to take that away.
He took it away.
5 of 18 would say that's take. Skip, I'm not, look, you and I both know the likelihood of Siakam having another game like that in the finals, not very good. But he can't play this bad. Marc Gasol, we don't need you to give us 20, but you can't give us 6. That 6 like he gave you against Milwaukee, what was that, game 6 against Milwaukee? You can't have a game like that in the NBA Finals because at some point, that's not Looney you're going against. That's not Bogut. You're going against a guy that can give you points, which is Boogie Cousins. So you need to offset him. Kyle Lowry is making dumb plays, Skip, foolish fouls, and he's already at a terrible rhythm. And now he's in a worse rhythm because he can't stay on the court because within the 5 minutes in the first quarter, he's got 2 fouls.
Okay.
And then midway through the second quarter, he's got 3, so he's got to sit down. And he's getting fouls like, Kyle, what are you doing?
Time out. Is this new for Kyle Lowry in playoff games? Haven't we seen this act many, many times before?
But can you?
Yes.
Okay, but why would you foul Boogie after Boogie got a rebound and he's 90-plus feet from the other end?
Frustration, just frustration. But that's the way he plays. He plays hard. I'm going to give him that. And he disrupts. He does some good things on defense.
I don't mind a guy playing hard, but I also need him to play smart.
I agree.
And he's putting he's putting his team in harm's way. Now Danny Green hit a big 3, but
hey, that was a huge 3.
But come on, 8 points, really, on 25 minutes?
I don't know. I'd take that 3 and just run with that. That was enough to put them within 2.
I mean, they got Van Fleet. Now he played well in the first half, not so much in that fourth quarter. Skip, Serge Ibaka gave him 67 points and 10 rebounds in 16 minutes. Powell came in, gave him some production, but
all you need to know is that Andre Iguodala is a 33% career 3-point shooter. But on that shot, He's like an 80% shooter in that situation.
But remember,
that's all you need to know.
Skip, in game 1, he was over from the three-point line.
Well, he was horrible. He was horrible on some of his shots last night. He was 1 for 3 at that point, which is his average.
Right.
Yeah.
So give him credit.
Money.
I
want my money. I want my due.
You what?
Yeah.
You shy.
Jen, you realize I don't live in Bel Air like he does, but I got a swimming pool. It is full of Diet Mountain Dew. I swim in Diet Mountain Dew.
I get it back.
It's all free. Compliments of Shannon.
Oh, it's all,
I get it back.
Stocks it.
I get it back. Probably in game 4.
It's heated Diet Dew.
I love the trash talking. So much to digest with this series. So, big question now, are the Warriors in control of the series? We're going to discuss that up next. And don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back, everybody.